Something Worth Remembering by WaitWhatHuh. Chapter 2, Cat Sitting. Narrated by Warlock Writing. It wasn't a dream. I knew the moment I woke up and saw Tori sleeping in Sam's bed. No one would sleep in Sam's bed without a good reason. So it's real. I have forgotten an entire year after a suicide attempt. For the first time since I woke up in the hospital yesterday, I cry. No, I sob. I was trying to be my optimistic self, but as much as Tori tried to protect me, it's hit me. I'm overwhelmed. I can't believe what's happened. I don't know what to feel or how to think. I just don't know what to do. How do I handle this? It's too much to take in. Thankfully, my mind can still see a bright side in everything. In this case, it's the fact that not moments after I sputtered out my first sob, I felt Tori's arms wrap around me. I could have sworn she was sleeping, but it's like she was hyper-aware to how I was feeling and immediately reacted when she sensed something was wrong. I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for a shoulder to cry on this morning. Tori is my bright side. It's okay, Tori whispers into my ear. No, not really. But she makes it feel like it is. Sort of. I trust her. Why? I choke out. Why would any of this happen? I don't know, hon. I don't know. Tori strokes my hair soothingly. Her voice sounds like she's trying not to cry too. What did I do to deserve this? I cry, burying my face deeper into her chest. Nothing. You haven't done anything wrong. You just got a chizzy situation. Tori sighs, and she rocks back and forth. She lets me cry for a while. I don't think I've ever felt so lost and sad before. Although, I guess I must have. Even more so. I just don't remember it. Eventually I pull away, wiping my eyes and mustering a smile. Merry Christmas, I sniff. She stares at me with confusion before she gives a small smile, shaking her head. Not letting everything going on kill your Christmas spirit, huh? Tori murmurs, brushing some of the hair that got stuck to the tears on my face. Of course not. Christmas is my favorite holiday. Next to Yay Day, I say. Oh, I love Yay Day too. New favorite holiday, Tori states. Wait, I didn't have Yay Day with Tori. Although, I guess I might have this year. It would be nice to remember. Kat, do you remember anything? No, not at all, I mutter. Good. Tori breathes a sigh of relief. Good? I gape. She shakes her head. Sorry, not good. It's just that when I heard you crying, I was worried you might have remembered what upset you so much yesterday before everything happened. Tori explains. Oh, I mumble. Believe me, I want you to get your memory back too, but I also don't want you to remember that, whatever feeling you had. She sighs, taking my hand. Yeah, I'm scared of that too. I nod. I guess I better figure out what happened. Tori bites her lip. We can worry about that later. You have enough going on. Let's take it in steps, she states. She seems really adamant in helping me through this. I'm really grateful. Although I feel bad I'm dragging her into my problems. How are you feeling today? Still yucky? I shift a little bit, trying to see how my body feels. Less yucky. Still weak and tired, I relay. Okay, just make sure you take it easy. No extreme sports today, she smiles. Aww. I giggle. I'm glad Tori can help me feel lighthearted about this. She's probably still upset about what happened to me, but she's making an effort to smile through it, which makes me feel like I can too. There goes my Christmas Day bungee jumping appointment. She narrows her eyes slightly. You wouldn't even remember if you had made a bungee jumping appointment, you silly. That's why I made it last night while you weren't paying attention. I was in the mood for bungee jumping, and I'm sneaky like that. I joke. Ah, but we'll be sure to reschedule that appointment for when you feel better. She winks, and I grin. So grateful for her right now. I don't think I've said that enough. She seems to move towards me a bit, dipping down. Then her smile vanishes and she pulls back. I give her a questioning look. That was odd. So since you're tired, do you want to sleep more, or have breakfast? I let out a sigh, forgetting about her strange emotions. I don't think I could sleep now, so breakfast. Great, I'll make you some light fluffy scrambled eggs and pour you a glass of orange juice. Tori proclaims. I light up a bit. Ooh, I love having orange juice when I don't feel so good. I grin. I know you do. Tori touches my cheek and leaves my bed, heading out the door. She knows? She seems to know me so well now. I mean, she always has. I've always thought she had the best grasp of who I am out of the gang, next to Jade. But now, it's even the little details. Maybe we grew even closer over the last year. I mean, obviously not in a romantic sense like that doctor thought. That would be... Would it be weird? Is it really so far-fetched? I don't have feelings for Tori, but it's not like I've ever been against dating a girl. Like I said yesterday, a lot can happen in a year. It's kind of unbelievable, but no. Tori said we really weren't dating, so we aren't. She'd tell me about something so important, right? Right? Good. I mean, the idea I fell for my best friend in the last year, that would make my head spin. Tori? I walk out into the kitchen. You don't have to do everything for me. I can help with breakfast too. Tori turns to me from cracking some eggs. Hey, I said no extreme sports. She scolds lightheartedly. Since when is cooking an extreme sport? I raise my eyebrow. She raises her bandaged wrist. Oh. Just relax, Kat. She chuckles. You've been through a lot. Just take the opportunity to be lazy. But you're really breaking your back over me, I frown. She gets a serious look on her face. Trust me, I want to help you out. It's no burden. Her look brightens up a bit. Just consider it my Christmas present to you. But I didn't get you anything, I pout. Yes, you did, she mutters. I did? I question. Maybe I did. It's not like I remember it. Yeah. She looks up at me. You're alive. That's the best gift I could have asked for. I blushed, turning away. The way she looked at me there. It was so compassionate and genuine, and I feel like I don't deserve it. Sorry, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, she sighs. Just, spending Christmas with you, it's more than enough. Tori? I mumble, shifting on my feet. Maybe it's because my mind is still on Thanksgiving, but all this morning and last night, I've just been so grateful for everything you've done. For having you here. I force myself to look at her, try and match her look. I don't think I even come close. So I'm happy I'm spending Christmas with you too. She's silent for a moment. Kat, do you want to know about something that's changed in the past year? Are you ready? Tori asks. I blink at her, then take a deep breath. Sure. I nod. She looks back at the eggs. We're a lot closer now than we were a year ago. And this is what we do. We're there for each other more than ever. We spend a lot of time together. We're grateful for each other's presence. I'm glad you're still keeping up with that. Tori murmurs. Is that okay with you? Yes, of course it is, I confirm. That's a change I can agree with. Good. She breathes out. At least, I think that's what she said. It was barely audible. She seems to shake the thought out of her head. Eggs are ready. Dang it, she kept me talking so I couldn't help with the eggs. Fine, but I'm pouring my own orange juice, I state, and she laughs. Fine, you wild child. Tori chuckles, filling up our plates. After breakfast, I'm forced to let Tori clean up. I was happy to do it, but I guess I really haven't recovered much from yesterday. It was just scrubbing a pan and our plates, but I feel exhausted. I didn't want to worry Tori, so I said I was going to read. That's relaxing enough. I fetched a book from my room that I was reading before I lost my memory. What's wrong? Tori asks as I sit down on the other side of the couch from her. I'm looking at the book, frowning. I probably already finished reading this, maybe even twice. I sigh. Tori chews her lip for a moment before sitting up on her legs. You ever read a really good book or see a good movie and you think, wow, I wish I could just experience this again for the first time? Tori inquires. Yeah, all the time. I nod slowly. Tori leans back against the arm of the couch, a warm look on her face. Well, this is your chance, she states. My brow furrows. I didn't think about that, I gape. She points to a book I'm reading. I happen to remember that you told me you loved the ending of that book, Tori proclaims, and I glance at the cover. I did? I ask. Mm-hmm. Tori smiles. Enjoy experiencing it for the first time again. KK, I grin, suddenly excited at the opportunity. I pick up where I last remember. Tori stays nearby, just on the other end of the couch. I want to offer her a book or something, but she seems content just to sit here with me while I read, like she's done it often. I don't think it would be very fun just sitting there and doing nothing. Eventually, I notice her get out a notebook and start writing something. I'm about to ask about what she's writing, but it's possible it's her diary or something, so I don't want to be nosy. Besides, the main character in my book is about to get into some trouble. I lose track of time, but at some point I'm returned to reality by a song. It's a really catchy sounding song I hadn't heard before. I guess it's a song that came out this year. I look up from my book to see Tori pull out her phone, the source of the music. She brushes her hair to the side and answers it with a smile. Hello? Hi, Mom. Merry Christmas, Tori exclaims. Tori looks over at me. Yeah, she's doing okay this morning. Still in the memory of the past year. Tori pauses for a moment, then pulls the phone away. My family wants to wish you a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Vega family! I shout. Tori chuckles and puts the phone back to her ear. I know. She doesn't let much get her down. Typical. Her mouth quickly forms into a frown, though. No, not yet. She pauses again, her frown deepening. Mom, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. She glances at me again. I'll talk to you about it another time, not now. Is everything okay? A question. Yes, it's fine. Just go back to reading. Tori urges me. She turns her attention back to her phone. You want me to what? Mom, I want to, but I don't think it's a good idea right now. I want to save Cat. Another pause. I know I said I'd spend Christmas Day with you, but plans changed. She sighs. I didn't think about that. I'm keeping her from her family. Tori, I start, but she shakes her head. Cat's not ready. Tori continues to her mom. She's been through so much. She got exhausted just from doing the dishes this morning. Tori huffs. Oh, so she knows that. Plus, I can't trust Trina to be sensitive to her situation right now. Tori bites her lip as she listens to her mom's retort. I'll make it up to you, I swear, and don't worry about me. No, it doesn't. It doesn't hurt. I'm fine being around her. She needs me right now, anyway. Tori insists. Why would her mom be worried about Tori being hurt? Is she talking about her wrist? Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Send my love to Daddy and Trina. Bye. She hangs up and lets out a breath, staring at her notebook stoically. I take in a deep breath. Tori's already sacrificed enough for me. You should... I begin, but Tori cuts me off. No. I know what you're going to say, Tori mutters. I'm not leaving you. But they're your family. They're here for you during Christmas, I argue. She gets a guilty look on her face. She seems to know what I mean by that. I woke up to find that my family wasn't even visiting this Christmas. They're all in another state. You should be with them. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine on my own for a while. Let me rephrase. Tori takes a deep breath. I can't leave you. Tori, I don't want to make you feel like you need to stay here. I'm grateful, yes, but I don't need to be babysat. I'll just sleep or something. I read more. Plus, you're only a phone call away. I try to explain. Cat, she says sharply. Not happening. It's out of the question. Why not? I whine. You said yourself on the phone that you want to go. I want you to go. I'll be fine. I don't know that, Tori snaps, and then quickly recedes, covering her face. Ugh, sorry, just don't argue with me on this, okay? It's just easier if I stay here with you, please? Okay. I nod slowly, but then I shuffle over close to her and she looks up at me with tears in her eyes. I lean close and touch her knee, causing her to tense up. She hugs her arms close to her body as if she is trying to keep control of them. Just tell me why. Why do you feel like you can't leave me alone? I ask softly. She looks away. I don't know if I should tell you, Tori whispers. I squeeze her knee a bit. Please, Tori, I need you to be honest with me. I need to be able to trust you during this, I plead. She meets my eyes, and we're both locked in a moment of decision. figuring out just how we're going to handle this together. Can I trust her or not? Eventually, she seems to release a breath like she was holding it for a long time. Okay, Tori agrees. First of all, you need to know that I want to be here with you during this. I want to help you out and watch over you as you adjust and feel better. That's a personal obligation, Tori states before taking my hand. That being said, the doctor talked to me about the risk of you very suddenly getting your memory back. And if that were to happen when you weren't being monitored, well, there's also the risk of a repeat incident. I'm on suicide watch? Make sure to look out for any sudden changes in mood. And don't let her overexert herself. She needs lots of rest to recover. Got it. Also, try not to overwhelm her. If she has questions about what she's forgotten, be tactful. Vega, I know how to cat sit. Unbunch your panties and go don your gay apparel with your family. Jade rolls her eyes. Tori narrows her own. I just want to ensure that Cat's in the best hands, Tori states. I touch her arm lightly, causing her to snap her attention towards me. Tori, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Just relax with your family, I urge. You say that as if you actually expect any day with Trina to be relaxing. Tori smiles, and I smile back. A pause seems to hang between us, and then she pulls away slowly, heading out the door. I'll be back tonight, she assures me. Have a good time, I call after her. The door shuts and Jade seems to side-eye the whole situation, but she shrugs it off. God, that girl worries way too much, Jade scoffs, heading further into the apartment. Well, she has a reason to be worried, doesn't she? I question. Jade raises her eyebrow. Does she? Jade throws back. I look down. Maybe. I put her through a lot. I probably put everyone through a lot, I mutter. I hear Jade let out a sigh. Is that what she told you? Jade asks. She looks softer than usual. Did Jade soften up over the last year? What? No, it's obvious. I tried to kill myself and she's upset about it. Who wouldn't be? I know I am, I mumble. Jade crosses her arms and looking at me. You're an idiot, Jade says plainly. Oh, so she hasn't softened up at all. That's good. What? I blink. You said you put her through a lot. Does that mean you blame yourself? Jade inquires. Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's not like I remember anything, but I made a choice and I clutch my head. This is all so confusing. She stares at me for a moment. Do you have any red wine? She asks. I stare back at her. Now my head hurts even more. No, alcohol is yucky, and we're underage. I grimace. Wait, are we underage? I guess I'm 17 now? Yep, still underage. Pity. I like a good glass of red wine when I have deep conversations. Tori sighs, sitting down on the couch. She pats the seat next to her, and I immediately sit down, because I know how Jade gets when you disobey her. Have you told Tori you blame yourself? She knows I feel bad. And what did she say about that? She said it's not my fault. I fiddle with the sleeve of my sweater awkwardly. I don't want to talk about this. That's it? That's all she said about it? Jade asks. Yes. I nod. Jade rolls her eyes again. Figures. I guess I shouldn't be so surprised. I'm sure Vega believes it's not your fault, but she probably doesn't know how to articulate why. Jade muses. About what? I tilt my head. Suicide, Jade states. Unlike Vega, I have a much more of a deeper understanding of the topic. You mean? My eyes widen. Now, before you go there, no, I've never been to that place myself. I like to have an attitude of life can't handle me, rather than I can't handle life, Jade says with a slight smirk, but falls off her face quickly. I can, however, sympathize with the mind being filled with uncontrollable, dark thoughts at times. She pauses a moment. Tell me, would you blame a cancer patient for putting you through grief? Of course not. It's not their fault they have cancer. I gasp. Jade nods at me. See, therein lies my point. There is a stigma surrounding depression and suicidal thoughts that makes society believe that it's something you can control. Jade crosses her arms again, looking thoughtful. I prefer to call it more like a battle, the same way any other person might battle a sickness. So, whatever drove me to try and take my life, you're saying I couldn't control it? I question. Sort of. You couldn't control how you felt. You lost the battle. But thanks to Tori, you got another chance to fight. Jade nods. You were lucky enough to have help. That's huge problem to stigma. It makes you feel isolated, when in truth, you don't have to fight the battle alone. The difference between this and something like cancer is that you have a choice. A choice to ask for help. Losing the battle isn't your fault. It doesn't make you weak or selfish, but neither does asking for help. But I don't remember fighting any battles. I frown. Do you remember anything? Anything that might have set me off? Jade thinks for a moment before answering. I saw you 2 days before yesterday. You seemed as bubbly as ever. Maybe a bit distracted, but that's pretty normal for you. She explains. I look down my lap, worried. So you don't remember anything about what might have caused it either? I mutter. As scary as this is, I really want to find out what triggered me, so I can deal with it, and then Tori and the rest of my friends don't have to worry about watching me 24/7. No, I don't. I wish I had noticed any changes, but I didn't. I can't say I wasn't shocked when Tori called me last night to let me know what had happened to my best friend. Jade trails off, a deep frown on her face. I frown as well. Then jump on her with a hug. What? Why? Just why? Jade mutters, limp in my embrace. I guess she hasn't gotten any more hugging the last year either. Nothing. I'm just glad you're still my friend. I know people can grow apart, and I'm just glad you weren't one of them, I declare. Yes, well, you don't have to worry about that. Tori rambles, gently shaking me off. I'm used to her dislike of affection, so I'm not insulted. In fact, it is really more of a relief to see her as the same old Jade. Even Tori seemed to change her behavior around me, but Jade seems like she'll never hesitate to scream at me and stuff cereal in my mouth, and that's just how I like her. I hope you don't feel too bad about not seeing a change, I mutter. Oh, you don't have to worry about me. I'm upset that I didn't see anything so I could help you sooner. But I'm not upset at myself for it, Jade states. I'd be more worried about Vega if I were you. She's upset at herself? I question, and Jade shrugs. I can imagine, knowing her. But that's ridiculous. She couldn't have been able to tell any more than you or anyone else, I reason. Jade lets out a scoff. If anyone could have seen it coming, it would have been her. Jade explains, her brow furrowing. Which is why she should be taking this harder than probably anyone else in your life. Not that I care, but you should probably be watching out for her while she's watching out for you. Last thing we need is a Vega mental breakdown. What? Why would she see it coming? Is she psychic? I ask honestly. She blinks at me, assessing me for a moment before she realizes I'm not joking. No, but Vega would have the most insight on how you're feeling. You know, being your girlfriend and all. Jade says slowly. My mind goes blank for a minute. Not her too. Seriously? First the doctor, now you? Why does everyone think Tori is my girlfriend? I exclaim. Jade's eyes pop wide open. Because she is your... Jade trails off, eyes growing even wider. Oh my god. Your memory loss seems to go back even farther than that, doesn't it? Holy chiz. Vega left that little tidbit out. Jade gapes. I rarely see Jade genuinely surprised, so seeing her like this is kind of freaking me out. What tidbit? I demand. Tell me! Jade shakes off her shock for a moment, giving me a curious look. Tori didn't tell you that you were dating? What? I stutter. Dating who? Tori? The doctor thought so, but she explained to me that she only said that so that she could come to the hospital with me. Jade blinks rapidly at me a couple times. That's what she told you? Jade gawks. Oh, damn. Vega must feel completely destroyed. I don't know how she's functioning. I actually kind of feel bad for her. Then why are you smiling? Sorry. Automatic reflex at Vega's pain. Jade shakes her head, giving me a serious look. Listen, this is probably the most important gap you can fill in about your past. Okay? I question suspiciously. Jade takes a deep breath. You and Vega are dating. You've both been in a relationship with each other for about a year now. Jade reveals. I stare at her for a moment, trying to take in the information. I know I teased the idea earlier, but I didn't actually think it was true. How could we? Why would we? You're joking. I giggle a bit. Kat, does this look like I'm joking? She points at her own face, looking unimpressed at my reaction. My face falls immediately. You're not joking, I gasp. Afraid not. Jade leans back. I stare ahead, trying to contemplate. So it's true, Tori and I, we're girlfriends? We've been together for about a year, but then... Why didn't Tori say we weren't then? I argue. I can imagine why. But this is probably a conversation you should take up with her. Jade casually stretches out her shoulders. But how? I breathe. I don't have feelings for Tori. Well, at some point you got them, and so did she. Now you're together, whether you remember it or not. Jade explains. Did I really? I blink at her, pleading for more answers. She lets out an exasperated sigh. Yes, you two are in oodles of love, Jade states. In love? Now, I'd really rather not get involved in your relationship issues. I only told you the truth because, as your friend who saw how much Vega meant to you, I felt it was only fair. There is no way you'd ever want to forget your feelings for her. Please take up the rest of your inquiries with your girlfriend. Or ex. I don't know. She shrugs. But, Jade presses her fingers to my lips. Not another word about Vega. You hear me? Jade scolds, and I silently nod my head. She removes her fingers. Good. But I will say one more thing. Again, not that I care, but when you confront Vega, try to remember she's lost a year of a committed relationship down the drain in a day. Like I said, you should watch her carefully. Oh, okay. I trail off, tears filling my vision. This has definitely become too much. Ugh, great. I went too far, didn't I? Jade groans. No, I think I need a nap. I mutter, rushing up the couch. Cat! Jade calls after me, but I've already leaped into my bed, which covers over my head. Me and Tori? Dating? In love? I forgot all that, and then she lied to me about it? This just doesn't add up. And if I were to think about it, it really does make sense. It makes sense with Tori's new behavior around me. How it seemed lovely. And stuff like hugs felt so familiar and natural. But I don't love Tori. Or maybe I do. I can't handle this right now. I hear Jade come into her room, but thankfully she doesn't disturb me. She simply stays nearby, watchful, which allows me to drift off to sleep, leaving this new warped reality behind.